What's up, nail geeks, and welcome back to a BCB Lacquers video. This month we have quite a few drops, at least on my channel, and I have her Halloween quad to show off. I have Smut of the Month duos, and I also have some what was the Polish and Beauty Expo exclusives that are dropping during this launch too. Brittany was going to be at the expo, but she did have some family stuff come up, and we're going to get them all dropped on this release. So no FOMO, anything like that. You can grab them. And we have some pretties to check out. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Starting off with the September Smut of the Month, Morally Gray is a deep smoky gray Crelly. This is officially, I will classify as a one coat wonder polish. I chose to stop at that first coat. It plumped up perfect, self-leveled. This formula is amazing. And I didn't see a reason to go beyond that, even though I typically take these up to 2 coats anyway. I was saving room for the topper, which is the other part of the duo, and I think they go perfectly together at 1 coat apiece. I'm showing you on my swatches here and on my full hand shot. This will dry down on the satin side on its own. Temptation is a glow-in-the-dark topper with black flakes. Now, please note, on the Will It Topper segment, I chose to show this over white because as you saw in the bottle shot, it looked almost milky, and over Morally Gray, I wasn't sure if this was a true clear topper, and you will see it is. So this is a universal topper that will glow this purpley blue type of effect. I didn't have a whole lot of texture from those flakes, so I think a thicker glossy top coat would be just fine too. Otherwise, if you have a thinner top coat, you know the drill, use a glitter smoother and glossy top coat together. And then moving on to the Love and Smut Part 2 collection. This first one is Sin, described as a black and purple jelly with a strong purple-blue shifting shimmer. Now, I want to just heavily highlight here for just a moment that all of my swatches for the Love and Smut Part 2 collection, and honestly, mostly for the Halloween Smash Quad, this whole release is quite vampy in nature, so please refer to my full hand shots and the swatch video rather than my swatch photos, which typically come out a little lighter anyway, for color accuracy. I think my full hand shots give you a better idea of that. Bear is a deep maroon jelly with strong pink purple shifting shimmer. So these have a pretty, yes, jelly formula. Of course, it's in the official description, but they are quite viscous and very smooth on application. I think most of these are going to be just fine at 2 coats, possibly 3. And as you'll see as we go along with these, most of these I did 2. The next one I did 3. And it's really just however you tend to polish and apply. And of course, if you have more narrow nails than what I have, you could probably get away with 2 normal coats. So however you want to do it in that regard. They all dry down semi-flat, so I think any top coat works just fine. Ravaged is an oxblood jelly base with strong red, orange, gold shifting shimmer. This is another one that I want to really highlight that my full hand shot will give you a better idea. This is what I absolutely agree. This is what I think of as an oxblood type of color, in that as we build it up in brighter lighting situations, you're going to see it look this beautiful bloodied type of red color. But in dim, more normal lighting situations, it almost takes on a black appearance. This one's more obvious red than, say, some of the deeper, vampier types of oxbloods we see. But I just thought it was notable, especially because red for photography for me is typically my Achilles heel. Release is a deep teal jelly with strong purple to blue shifting shimmer. Same thing here. Now I chose to do Release at 3 coats, very much like how I did Ravaged. And I felt like it covered up the majority of that teal base, but it does give you an almost pseudo-like opacity on the second coat. So again, very much preference-based going on here. And I think in between the coats, it's giving you a good idea of how it's drying down. And the shimmer in these is basically what's giving you their opacity. They are packed full, as you'll see in the Will It Topper segment here, just momentarily. Beg is a black jelly base with green magnetic pull and purple pink blue shifting shimmer. I have to very much compliment Brittany on this release. When I initially swatched these for PBE release, when they were intended to be released, I was so very impressed with the magnetics that she made for this drop that I'm very glad that we're going to be able to get our paws on them, because as you'll see, they're very unique and they're very bold in their color combinations, very obvious when you choose to magnetize them. Of course, I do think they also Pass the test if you want to be lazy and not magnetize it. If you want a shimmer bomb of a metallic type, that would work too. But Beg is a very beautiful multi-chrome, very user-friendly, snap to very quickly from the ring magnet. And you can see on my full hand shot, it's got that gorgeous contrasting glow with the green magnetic pigment. This dried down semi-flat, so again, any top coat is going to be just fine. Deeper is a deep blue jelly with blue magnetic pull and a purple to blue shifting shimmer. Now this would have to be more of a subtle, I say subtle very loosely, of course, compared to say Beg. But as you go up on your coats for magnetizing, you'll see it has this lush, very deeper, I guess, very true to its namesake, that it's like an oceanic, vampy type of appearance. It is beautiful, and it also has a ton of movement with it, very much like as we're going to see with Beg, and then another magnetic here in just a moment. Both magnetics, or really all three, I should say, are beautifully opaque at 2 coats. Anything beyond that's going to be overkill. You don't need to go up any more than that. Even if you're rocking long nails, I can't really see anyone needing a 3rd coat. This will also dry down semi-flat, so you know the drill. And then starting with the Lord of the Rings duo, this first one is It Comes in Pints. This is a brown curly base with green to blue magnetic pull and in red, orange, gold shifting shimmer. This one starts off on the lighter side, but as you'll see on that 2nd coat, it just packs a punch for opacity. So another one that, again, it goes with the other 2 magnetics. I think 2 coats is just fine. I mean, if you wanted to, sure, but you're kind of wasting your time, honestly. Very user-friendly going on here. So same thing as the other 2, blah, blah, blah. I'm repeating myself, but this is fantastic. It is so beautiful. And I'm not typically one to like olives and mustard greens, but the way this contrasts with all that beautiful shimmer in the backdrop there is something else. It is very unique and just gorgeous. What about Second Breakfast is an emerald jelly with strong green to blue shifting shimmer. This is a beautiful, glowy type of shimmery finish. I was very impressed with this one too. If you are a shimmer bomb lover of any sort, you'll definitely want to add this one to your arsenal. I chose to do 3 coats with this just because I wanted to see how deep, I guess. I've got those words in the brain apparently. I wanted to see how much depth I could build up with it. But honestly, it's opaque at 2 coats. So if you wanted to be like me, a little extra, I think 3 coats is beautiful, but 2 coats will also give you that full coverage too. There is a subtle blue shift at the most extreme angles. And then the Halloween Smash Quad, Bat to the Bone, is a black jelly with blue to purple shimmer and orange gold green shimmer. This is a black jelly type of formula, but I chose to stop at 2 coats with it. As you'll see here in just a moment, the first coat is basically a formality, like a foundation, if you will. And the second coat just plumped up beautifully. It almost built like a cream with that jelly type of juicy appearance to it. In person, this is going to look very black on your nails, like when you have your hand away from your face, especially if you are nearsighted like yours truly. But you can see in person, there's a ton of these tiny little colorful flecks going throughout it in a fine particle shimmer type. Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun is a teal jelly with green to blue shimmer and red, orange, gold shimmer. This one I chose to do 3 coats with. It's on the lighter side and behaves more like a true jelly than say some of the other ones we've seen thus far in the video. And I thought that 3rd coat was absolutely necessary to maximize all that shimmer payoff. Of course, those of you rocking shorties or nubbins, you don't have a very long free edge. I could possibly see you being just fine at 2 coats, but honestly, I really liked the depth that you get from the 3rd coat. This will dry down semi-flat to somewhat more flat, so I will strongly suggest, very much like any type of very jelly, true jelly formula, make sure you're plumping it up with your glossy top coat. Given Pumpkin to talk about is an orange jelly base with gold, orange, green shifting shimmer. This is one of those very flattering types of pumpkin-y oranges. I'm pretty picky on them. Sometimes they just wash out on me, and this one's not the case. I think medium to deep skin tones, this is not one to shy away from if you're looking for your pumpkin for this season coming up. I think this one will be a great one for you. 2 coats was all I need, and it's got that beautiful kind of gilded effect with that shimmer particles going throughout it. It is very pretty, a true pumpkin in my opinion, at least against my skin tone. Let's Get This Party Startled is a rich plum jelly base with green to blue shimmer and pink purple shimmer. And how Let's Get This Party Startled starts off, it's very much like what we saw in the Love and Smut collection that this is going to take on a very vampy appearance. So again, highlight for full color accuracy, please refer to my full hand shot here. This is very much what it looks like in person. It's this deeper, darker type of purple. My photos just came out quite light with all these darker types of colors. Very pretty, and another one that I thought 2 coats was just enough for it. And then these last two were supposed to be the doorbusters for the Polish and Beauty Expo. This first one is Cockenheimer, described as a brown crelly with pink, gold, green flakes, gold to orange flakes, and purple, red, blue multichrome flakes. I always compliment Brittany on her flaky formulas. They are very easy to use. I so appreciate that. And I honestly don't think I've ever really gone past 2 coats with them. This one builds up like a rich cream. 2 coats was all I needed, and it is perfect. You may want to use a glitter smoother, as this will be very thirsty for top coat. Last but not least, we've got Snoggletart. This is a bright red neon crelly base with orange to gold to green shimmer and black flakes. This one is black light reactive, but not glow in the dark. I agree with that. This is like fluorescent in person. I dare say on my monitor, it is coming off pretty color accurate. It is very vibrant, and I think it's going to be universally flattering across skin tones. Beautiful, creamy, smooth formula here, and 2 coats. Those little black flecks don't give you too much thirstiness, so I don't think you need to worry about a glitter smoother. And we're going to wrap this up with the Will It Topper segment. This is where I use a black swatch stick to demonstrate if polishes have layering capabilities. Temptation, as I mentioned previously, is a true clear topper, as you can see over white. Now, the rest of these, we have lots of jelly bombs and pretty much jellies and magnetics going throughout the rest of this release. So I think for the most part, you can get absolutely creative with these. I would stick with Matchy Match or maybe even some color theory if you wanted to go adventurous, but I do think these will topper pretty well over darker colors and their respective matching bases. The magnetics look amazing over black. If you wanted to vamp them out some more, I do think you can also get creative with these too. You can see here, I don't think any of these can do anything wrong in my eyes, especially It Comes in Pints. It just maximizes that reddish cast. And then what about Second Breakfast? Is probably the more in-your-face type of shimmer action, but I'm repeating myself here. All of these shimmers are just so beautiful. And it also demonstrates how much shimmer is going throughout each of these jelly finishes. There's quite a bit. And for the most part, they have, respectively, all of that teeny tiny particle type shimmer. So it gives you that almost unicorn pea reminiscent type of appearance. And then these last two here, they're probably the most opaque, honestly, up there with the magnetics, but I do think you can still get creative with them if you wanted to. All of these goodies are going to drop September 6th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So be sure to check out BCB Lacquers. I will link you all below to her website to check these out and many, many more. This is a brand that has definitely had me take notice this year. Her formulas are fantastic. The opacity, the everything is very, very nice. So if you haven't checked her out, I definitely recommend you should. I know a lot of you sold out her advent calendar for her the Halloween. I think I showed that like a month ago, something like that. But by this time, I think some of you may have it already. So I want to hear your thoughts below on that too. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.